Hello and welcome to Eye in the Heart. My name is Chris Scoveman, and over here is a plastic Christmas tree called Bill. How you doing, Bill?
I'm good. How are you?
All good?
Yeah. I noticed your hat.
You noticed my hat?
I do. Yeah. It's good.
Are you jealous?
Jealousy is a strong
Well,
word.
don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'm wearing an explorer hat today because we are going to explore a theme.
It's on the nose.
Huh?
Yeah, very on the nose. I see that.
Listen, I got you something so you didn't feel left out.
You don't need to do that. No,
I got
please.
you a little hat, too.
No, don't do that. Please. Can you stop? Don't
There we
do
go.
it.
You look great.
I don't look good.
Today we're going to talk about the philosophy of the movie with Tom Hanks called Forest Gump. Is it just a cheesy movie from the 90s?
Yeah.
It's a cheesy movie from the 90s.
It is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Okay, so beyond that, let's take a look at some of the themes that arise and how we can learn a little bit from Forrest Gump. That's strange. Strange man. Is it just a movie where he says Jenny a lot? Jenny. And then I thought about Jenny. I spent most of my time thinking about Jenny. There's a lot of that in that movie. I wouldn't say it's a great movie. It's fun. I think it's fun for kids, too, in a lot of ways, except for the heroin use and suicide and stuff. But if that hadn't been in it, it would have been a great movie for them.
Right.
Jenny.
Jenny. Okay.
I love you, Jenny. I could do that all day.
Stop
anyway, we're going to talk about destiny and the philosophy of Forrest Gump.
Right.
Let me just check my notes here for a second.
Okay.
All right, so one of the main lines that everybody remembers from the movie is, life is like, or Mama always said, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And I think that resonated so much with people because there's a lot going on in that statement.
Is there?
First of all, there is a simplicity in the life philosophy. He's not overcomplicating the chaotic nature of life. And there's this sort of intrinsic faith, a belief in something higher that is good, leading him forward. And for mental health purposes and for our narrative too, it really helps us to see life through this sort of rose-tinted glasses in a lot of ways. Yes, the world is full of trouble. We all know that. By the way, you look great in that hat.
I appreciate that.
We all know that, but sometimes we just need to have faith in the good to move forward the next step. Forrest Gump is represented a lot by egoless activity. He never has a plan for life. He just does whatever appears to him. He goes into the army. Somebody talks about a shrimp boat. Now he's a shrimp boat captain. This egoless activity is sort of a representation of how we can be in the world if we're just happy with whatever comes up in front of us. I think a lot of times we miss opportunities for happiness and love and success because we go, that's not for me. I've got a plan, right? Yeah. But we really need to learn how to work with life and not against it. There's also something really stark in Forrest Gump, which is he has no limiting beliefs. In fact, he has no real beliefs in himself at all. This idea that, are you stupid? Stupid is as stupid does. Or Mom always said, stupid is as stupid does. Which is how I feel about you.
Me too. Ditto.
But there's also something else. I don't think Forrest Gump in the movie, he didn't have a lot of chaotic events from his past. His mom and where he came from and his history and his ancestry in that house that they rent out for money. It's a very simple life, but there's also a big connection to the past. And I want to make a video about ancestry and knowing where we come from and how important that is, because we can kind of disassociate ourselves and think that it's all about us. We're just a long line of people, and we need to bring that into consideration when we think about how we live our lives, who we are. We are putting too much up to ourselves. It's too much work for ourselves to decide what our religion is. We've got all the options. Where are we from? How do we identify? A lot of people will just be a much happier knowing that they actually come from somewhere. There's a lineage here, and at least that's part of your history. It can help to stabilize life, which is already chaotic enough. And it's nice to have some anchors or some hooks to hang up some beliefs on so that you can just continue. And because of this ancestry, this sort of foundational base of this is who I am, and my mother who always has a way of explaining things and putting things into perspective, I don't need to think about that, which means that I can actually go out and be chaotic. You know, I can actually go out and have fun and lose myself in just the wonder of life. There's also something really important here about the philosophy of Forrest Gump, which is that you don't need to be prepared to live a good life. And I think that a lot of people in my practice that I see and I speak to are constantly preparing or trying to change or fix themselves in order to start living a good life, without taking into consideration that it's happening already. They're already in it and it's just moving. So for example, when Forrest Gump says, "I'm not a smart man, Jenny."
Would you
How's
stop?
my
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's great.
"I'm not a smart man, Jenny, but I know what love is."
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, you know, he basically is totally fine with who he is in that moment. You know, he might be frustrated by his limitations as a person, but he also knows what's important for him, and he doesn't need, you know, a PhD or a master's to be able to express himself in the world. What he really has is a good life because he's open to an emotional experience. So he actually suffers a lot through the movie. He's lonely throughout a lot of it. He sees friends die.
Yeah,
you know, but he's
true.
got this line, and I don't want to talk more about that.
Yeah.
Because he's focused on the future. He's focused on the next thing that's going to happen. So he's very open to experience, and that's what's so alluring about him for us. He's not constantly anxious about the future or what's going to happen. By the way, I want to thank you so much for watching more of my videos. I have a YouTube short series all about fairy tales, how they connect with psychology and narrative psychology and archetypes. And then I throw in a tarot card too, that and the archetypal symbols on the tarot card to sort of make a connection there. Go check those out. I'm going to be releasing those as we move forward. And thank you for supporting the channel and watching. Please share and subscribe with your friends. We're a very, very small channel just starting out, and I'd love to get more support. And yeah, it was really nice talking to you.
It was, yeah.
All right. See you later.
Hey, did you recently watch Forrest Gump?
I recently watched Forrest Gump, yeah.
I could tell.
Do you want to watch it with me?
No, absolutely not. No.
I don't want to watch it again either.
No.
It's not great. It's
No.
fine.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
It's okay.
Okay.
All right.
Talk to you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Chowder.